What's up? Well, careful with my new monitor. Hello, fellow humans, Planet Earth. How are we all doing on this glorious video gaming day? Hello, Feels Bagman. Hello, Iterate. Hello, Limbs. Welcome in, everyone. Welcome in. Welcome to the video game broadcast brought to you by videogames.videogames.com. How are we all doing? Are we having a fantastic time? New monitor, but you look exactly the same. And so do you, because you are on the second monitor, you're not on the main monitor. I'm studying at work at 3. You need some crab though before that, okay? That sounds like a fantastic video gaming time too. Let's see here. Our next time on Wednesday, and still have 4 papers to read for it, plus a review, of course. Damn. Oh, Wednesday's a little bit away. Sorry, I used this Elysium to test some stuff, so we have some saves here that aren't accurate. This is our last save, I believe. We left. And it's what I have work almost every day before it. Oh no. I'm seeing that like, I think I'm seeing that like VRR flickering thing. I don't remember saying that yesterday. Yo, Christopher, sure I got an CRT monitor. What monitor did you get? I got the Samsung one, the one that a lot of people that Son and Dualius have. I thought that VRR flickering stuff was only supposed to happen if there was like a huge discrepancy between your FPS and the game, though. Why did I not see this yesterday when I was testing this game specifically? Blurry text boy. Hello, Dualius. Buying computer stuff is scary. I mean, I was kind of happy yesterday, but now that I'm seeing that flickering stuff is VRR. Yeah, I'm getting VRR flickering right now. And but I didn't see this yesterday at all, though. Is your VRR control on now? Should I turn that on? I'm gonna check UFO demo again. I checked it. The UFO demo was completely smooth. If you turn it on, it resists flickering but can't produce stuttering. Well, this game's already stuttering, so... Remember to go to settings and turn the hertz all the way up? I did. But it's weird, I thought the VRR flickering was only supposed to happen if there was a huge discrepancy between, like if the FPS was going up and down, but this game is running at a smooth 90, so... But you can try capping the game frame rate and limiting. I have, it's capped to 90. Oh, you mean I set the game to 90 and I set the monitor to 90 manually? Yeah, that, oh. This is a huge point against OLED monitors. Yeah, different refresh rate and frame rate cap? Yeah. Well, usually I stream games at 60 FPS, right? So I locked them at 60 FPS on my computer. But, this game plays like ass on 60 FPS, so I decided to take it to 90 because it has a weird stuttering. Well, it seems fine right now, so I guess let's just keep going with it. I guess I should try out some more games just to see, just to see if I end up having this problem in other games too. Because that feels like a little bit of a deal breaker to me, especially if that VRR control thing introduces stuttering. I do see that the FPS is being really weird though. It's like 90, 60, 90, 60. Maybe it needs to be warmed up and break into the system, but it's just like my hypothetical analysis. I feel like OLEDs are just very experimental technology still.
The paintbrush in your hand is like a loaded revolver. What will it be, Desperado? Quite a few things come to mind.
Fuck the police, I love Kuno. Mother of all walls, what shadow lies there beneath the bright gleam? Draw a 3,005-year-old pictogram of a human being. Something beautiful is going to happen. No parking. Let the wall remain blank for now. I was also stuttering in STV, so I had to turn VR off. It didn't stutter in Yakuza 5 though. Oh, in Stardew Valley. Okay, interesting. I don't like the idea of having to like manually mess with my monitor settings depending on what game I'm playing though. And then I'm like, oh, I'm done playing that. Let me go out again. But I'll try some different games later and see what I feel like, what's happening. It feels like the way the FPS is like dropping up and down is weird too. I have a friend that needs to mess with the settings for every game. So annoying. Yeah, that sounds obnoxious. He says it's so good that it's okay. Honestly, I don't think I've cared yet. I think the motion clarity is by far the best thing I've seen with the monitor, but in terms of like colors and stuff, it doesn't really make a difference to me. And the text clarity for me is already like a big problem, so I might have just convinced myself to return the monitor, but we'll try using it a little bit. I'm still running my 2016 MSI 144Hz screen. Yeah, I was using a Acer screen from 2015. Never had a problem with it ever. I was noticing a lot of ghosting. Like the motion clarity on this monitor is really nice. I'm super happy with that. The only thing is like the only issue I have is text fringing, and I guess whatever this is, the fact that the monitor is so unhappy about or like the VRR flickering. I'm just gonna turn it off for a second, see if that does anything. I switched the flicker yet, so I don't know how bad it is. Did you update your monitor's firmware? No, I didn't. I didn't do that because Son and Dualis haven't done it, so I didn't want to like. I want to be on the same monitor they are. It's just one update though, and it doesn't. According to Samsung, it doesn't do anything about VRR flickering or whatever. What I want, I mean, I feel drawing a 3,500-year-old pictogram for human beings sounds pretty cool. I also do love Kuno. I would try turning it off and on again. Well, it's weird because I didn't see any of the VRR flickering yesterday, but I wasn't streaming the game then. I should probably come back and like try after I'm done streaming and see if something about like streaming the game was introducing problems. The weird part for me right now is the fluctuating FPS. I don't know if that's like just the game or if that is something with the monitor. We'll worry about it later. Let's just play the game. I kind of want to do this. Something beautiful is going to happen.
You've spoken. The wall will now silently repeat the message for a decade or so, until the sea air degrades the paint, adding another layer of detritus to the city.
Very poetic. Real poetry. Should we return to our murder investigation? I hear there's a really bad one we are supposed to solve.
Thank you.
Hello again, officers.
Catch you later, Cindy. Why is this check up? The hangman isn't even there anymore. Hello? Oh shit, this lady's gone. Went to the village and the coast officer. See you there, Joyce. Says the note on the post. What is this? Scribble between the ties of a page 3 girl. Lori, je do disco. Lori de disco? Ouais, ouais. We have 3 skill points, that's pretty good. They finally fixed solar panels and batteries. Time for the return of Christopher cheap turret bunkers, and that didn't work in the olden days. Wait, what do you mean they fixed solar panels and batteries? Oh shit, we gotta go sing karaoke. Let's do that. Before everyone goes to bed. They might already be in bed.
You've checked all.
Have you forgotten that the batteries drain more energy than was spent all the time, and that the solar panels had to always fit in this direction? If not, they would not
You
be
can hear
optimal.
the pellets creak under your feet.
Well, the solar panels still need to be still depend on the direction of the sun, though. But yeah, I remember.
You feel a little dizzy, a little unsteady suddenly.
So, are you ready for your thing now? Let me know when I should turn on the karaoke carousel.
Wait, how's my drama solo? Ah, -1 from thoughts. Oof. Um. This feels right. You belong here. You belong in the museum.
The stage is. You feel a little.
So, are you ready for your thing now?
20.
Let me know when I should.
The bar is yours. They are going to hate you.
Look, I want to
I
sing
can see that.
karaoke.
Immediately. Hands. Where do you put your hands?
Oh God. Oh.
The air is thick with anticipation. Someone dims the lights as the music starts. A lump's in your throat suddenly.
I would often go there to the tiny church there, the smallest church in Sansan. Though it once was
Real life is not everyone.
larger, how the real may rest there, down through the mist there, towards the Seven Sisters, towards those pale cliffs there. I would often stay there in the tiny yacht there. I have been so glad here, looking forward to the past here. But now you're all alone.
I don't know what the success is like.
None of this matters. At all.
Nice.
Do you hear that? It's the most pathetic applause in the world, Harry. Made of pity. No one liked you.
I'm up here singing my fucking heart out and it's not good enough, you fuckers. Fuck you, I gave you my fucking best. I gave you everything and you shit on me.
Someone walks out of the room by the front door. Some woman. Is it because of you?
I say what I feel. Fuck all you scum.
That's it. I'm unplugging it.
That's it. You're unpowered.
Let's go, officer. These people wouldn't know a good performance if it beat them in the ass.
You liked it?
Detective Dubois, it was downright tragic. Now, let's go.
I mean it, he thinks. To him, being a cop in the RCM was truly expressed in that performance.
Huh? What happened? What are we hemming and hawing about right now? Is that expression in other languages as well? They wouldn't know the thing even if it bit them in the ass. I think I might have heard that in Norwegian, maybe. I'm not sure though.
Wow, that really sucked.
Oh.
It's safe to say this is about your karaoke performance.
You don't understand my performance. Those high notes, I purposefully shredded them to convey a strained, worn-out sadness.
I get it. You were purposefully shit. So original. I'm not letting anyone up there again. Ever. Now, what did you want?
Oh, we can go back here too.
You see a heavy steel door with a prominent dimple lock. It's painted blue.
Try the workshop spare key on the door.
The key fits the dimple lock. It takes a bit of effort to turn it after all these years. Dust rises before you like mist. A tomb? Haunted by regal spirits from distant ages.
This pinball says Franco-Nigerian. God damn it, I didn't just read it. The pinball is a white deodorant. The black glass shows a female figure in mourning. A note NB, the spare key is tied to the bush outside the corner room window. Is that like if you somehow got in here another way, you could
Over
get the
there,
spare key?
in the corner.
The pinball machine?
Not just any pinball machine. This is the pinnacle of pinball. Cornelius Gordy and the Mountain Goats. It's lit. You can't wait to get your hands on it.
Kim, are you seeing what I'm seeing? Point to the pinball machine.
The pinball machine. Gordy's Goats. A classic.
Wait, you played it?
A little.
Feels like a lot. Too much to play it again.
Let's take a closer look. Pull out the machine.
Ah, great.
Cornelius Gordy and the Mountain Goats reads the golden lettering on top of the back box. There's a small column of text underneath. The machine is coin operated.
Hi, Luke. Hi, Luke. Man, the weather outside is like very unoptimal right now. It's very humid, unfortunately, and like cold.
Get the game on, Fingerboy. Those flippers are ready.
Lean closer to read the text.
Above the painting of a mustached man climbing a hill, a column reads, inspired by the legend of Cornelius Gordy, taken on the world's tallest peak, Corpus Muindi. The Mesk legend holds that when the nation is in danger, heroic Gordy shall return and save his people.
Inspect the playing field.
The theme of the game is to explore Gordy's climb through the perspective of goats and to ascend to the top of the mountain in a time of trouble. The peak of the mountain is at the top of the playfield. All the balls have small goat icons on them and represent the goats as they race up and down the mountain. Areas around the playfield represents Gordy's climb, places he was said to have camped, which the goats can discover. Get them to the summit.
What's with all the goats?
Indeed. Think of them as balls.
Is there a coin?
It takes a while to get into a rhythm, but pretty soon you're able to keep 3 goat-faced balls in play with relative ease. Go, go, Fingerboy.
I feel sorry for the goats. If they only knew the kind of guy old Cornelius really was.
Wait, what kind of guy was he then?
The kind of a guy who uses the word savages a lot when recounting his travels. A masked nationalist.
A racist mountaineer?
An avid huntsman too. He was often photographed in his dining hall, surrounded by wall-mounted hunting trophies from every continent.
That is not cool.
He also hit his wife and kids. Other people's kids too. Sometimes pets. Hateful little man.
But you seem to be having fun.
I'm pretty good at this. Continue playing.
Your game is definitely improving. The jolly goats are flying all over the board, and although a few plummet to their deaths, you're never left with less than 3. Suddenly, a special passage leading to the summit slides open at the top of the board. This is where the balls need to go.
Concentrate and aim for the narrow passage.
Maneuvering a goat ball into a position for a perfect hit isn't easy. More fall to their deaths. But finally, the opportunity presents itself. One of them gets through.
Felt like everything was tilted a bit wrong. My desk wasn't all the way up. It's not like it's well right now, even. Well. One second. That's better.
The words "pale rupture" light up on the speaker panel, and the machine starts filling with a thick, milky fog. Something's happening.
Congratulations. This is where the game ends. It's a cheap way of getting more money out of the players. A stupid nihilistic finale.
Oh man. Sorry, I gotta adjust everything now because I adjusted my desk.
There's so much fog, you can barely see anything. Some is actually leaking out of the machine, and one by one, your goats start slipping, disappearing into the milky nothingness. Lucky goats. The fog looks soft and inviting. This can be navigated.
Challenging.
The balls leave almost imperceptible disruptions in the fog. Use them to calculate where they hit next.
Remember I told you I wanted to replay Pillars again? Yes.
The amount of focus it takes to predict
Hello,
when
Essie,
a
by the
ball
way.
goat is in striking range is staggering, but it can be done. Focus.
There's a huge update for the 10-year anniversary. Oh yeah, I heard about that. I heard that they did a big update for the game. The amount of focus it takes to predict when a bull goat is in striking range is staggering, but it can be done.
You're down to your last goat, going mostly by sound. Eyes are useless at this point, but that goat is something special. 5 times you snatch him back from the jaws of death.
Plus one fellow nationalist. I'm not a nationalist. I feel so lucky about already also. That's awesome. If it can be done, just watch.
I am. I've seen it before. Played it too. You will eventually make a mistake and then it's all over.
Come on. Bad at bull games. Give me the double 6.
How, if you can't even see it? The last goat plummets into the fog with almost suicidal glee. It killed itself to spite you. There goes nothing, finger boy.
I was watching Seek play this, right? I was watching Seek's playthrough at just the very start of it. And he had a scene where he talks, at the start of the game, when he talked to Guard for the first time. he had a scene where he failed like a red check or something against guard, and he started running away from him, and then he jumped and gave him both the fingers and fell to the ground.
All these mesmerizing machines, just waiting to be plugged back in and played.
He did a running twist around in the air, double fingers. Run your fingers across the dust of the white deodorant machine.
Feels like it might jump back to life any moment. The
Perfect.
lights
Hello,
illuminating
English.
the white
What's up? Thank
robed
you.
woman.
What's white deodorant?
Some kind of inane
How are you doing
pinball
today?
theme, probably related to Messina during the DeLorean age. The history themes are the worst.
The lieutenant grimaces, looking at the machines.
How about we fire one of these bad boys up and play some ball?
You can't fire them up. They are broken. Only that one machine in the main hall works. The Royalist Pinball.
What a dumb name. Royalist Pinball. If they weren't broken, he would kick one of these machines about now.
Sounds like you don't enjoy pinball, Kim.
No, I love it. I love pinball. Who doesn't love pinball? Let's move on.
He doesn't.
What about that other one, the Franco-Nigerian ball? Want to play that?
No.
Okay. Kim Kitsuragi.
It's strange that he doesn't like pinball. Kim here is a Zeolite. His people are incredibly dexterous, and they all love pinball.
Hey,
Matter of fact.
Didn't you guys like invent pinball?
Us? Guys?
Stop.
Doing good, just watched Aspen playing RuneScape Dragon whilst and debating trying it out. I played RuneScape when I was a kid. That game is like that game is not like a open world game, or it's not like a MMO though, right? It's like a one to four player like co-op game. You know, Soul Guys, massive pinball people.
Seoul is an extremely protectionist
Survival,
ism,
yeah, okay.
inaccessible to the rest of mankind, as it has been for over 1,000 years. I have no special knowledge of them, despite my heritage.
Things are sort of like, well, I mean, it looks kind of cool. The only thing that like would prevent me stopping is that it's max 4 players, I think.
But even I know that they don't play pinball. They have a rigid class society and a punitive justice system. We should continue with our exploration of this place. It doesn't matter.
So you're not all like pinball aces? Because I could swear I know you are.
No, they are not. Let's move on. There's more.
Okay.
This small elevator is dimly lit by a bulb that's been glowing for ages. The latticed cage is open, inviting you to step inside. This small elevator smells of nougat and sweat. Your head brushes up against the ceiling. There is a control panel to your right, and just enough room for 2 people to fit in.
Look at the elevator controls.
There are large rectangular buttons, monter, descend, and an international call for emergency assistance. That third one appears to be broken.
I wonder what this elevator was used for.
Seems like a small freight elevator for transporting machinery. For that, it's pretty quaint.
Close the doors and go up. These stairs go up. Small windows taped shut with black plastic. You can't see outside. Box of tools and replacement parts lines the shelves. Schematics for pinball machine, futurism themed. The pinball machine has been taken apart and
So
gutted.
this is where they brought 40 pinball machines to fix them up, a long time ago. Everything is covered with dust now. The lieutenant looks around the dusty, crowded room, inspecting the tools on the shelf.
Looks like they gave up on fixing the pinball machines at some point.
At some point, 20 years ago, 15 maybe, before pinball went out of vogue.
This used to be a pinball workshop.
Looks like it. I'm guessing Martinez North 22 used to be a pinball arcade before it became a hostel. There are machines left over. Downstairs in the hall, next to the main door. One of them even works. I've seen one of the hearties bang away at it.
Remember the dice maker? Then that means...
Whirling in Rags was once the East Delta Pinball Arcade. This is all left over from that.
Ah, yes, as the novelty dice makers said. This has absolutely nothing to do with the case, I'm sure. But I do like a nice little connection.
But then it went bankrupt. Your skin crawls from making the connection.
Could this mean the Whirling in Rags really is part of the doomed commercial area?
If that's true, then our cafeteria manager is not going to like it. We should tell him what we found up here. He does not appear to be the kind of man who likes his establishment to be part of a neighborhood ghost story about bankruptcy.
Stupid superstition. But still, it would be interesting to see what the cafeteria manager thinks of this. It's not a ghost story.
Bankruptcy.
It's a curse, and Gart ought to be made knowledgeable so he can perform counterspells. You clearly see footprints in the downy carpet of dust covering the workshop floor.
Jackpot. These, unlike everything else here, are new.
Someone's been here within the last week or two.
3 weeks maximum, from the dust coverage. It could easily have been 1 week too. You know, officer.
This is good. He likes it. There's a little smile there, in the dark of the workshop.
The Blue Door was a mega investigation after all. It has now converged with our main investigation, which I would say is quite large.
Hey, what does this mean?
It means someone snuck through what seemed like a secret route, leading to the roof, from where you can shoot our victim. This is significant. This prince, officer, could be the prince of our killer.
Let's have a closer look then. Crouch, study the footprints.
Large prints, most likely made by boots. The size is hard to determine. Sole could be bigger than vamp. The soles have left a pattern, uniform, horizontal lines.
This print doesn't look like the odd soled print we found at the hanging, Kim.
The size looks about the same, actually. They're not the same shoe, but they could be the same person.
Doesn't look like the workers' boots from the hanging, does it?
No. These little horizontal lines are different. They look custom-made to me. Or some kind of foreign print. Hard to say. Still a boot, though.
Everything around you is quiet. The prints crisscross the workshop floor.
Question has yet to be totally answered. Is Whirling in Rags part of the commercial area? Talk to Gart about this, see what he thinks. Gart? Talk to Gart? Walk to Egghead about... I couldn't even do that. That was a weird one. Or else in bed already, because I didn't get them quickly enough. I couldn't find the bullet trace on the boardwalk either. Oh, when Kim goes to bed, we can talk to Claudia. The egghead puzzle. It's not found yet. There's nothing else about signs. What if you just try again? Find your way out this maze. Oh, maybe it does just that. Maybe it's just a maze. Maybe I just need to keep talking to him over and over again until I get it right. Or to Joyce, we can do that. You don't have that many quests left. We found a pinball maker shirt up here. Ooh, that's pretty good. Too bad I can't wear it. This dusty old coat used to belong to someone called M. Niflox. The name is stitched into the silk lining. It smells of moths and ancient engine grease, but fits you perfectly. A strange, lonely emotion fills you when you tighten the belt around your waist.
This is the barred door you tried to kick in before.
Lightly punch the door once more just in case.
The door shudders a bit, as though it were laughing at you.
So what's on the other side?
Unless we've veered off into a folded M dimension, I'm expecting to step out on the roof. We could ask Glacia about this route. See how she reacts?
Folded M dimension, a reference to the popular science fiction series In System. Look who's in a good mood suddenly, and reads science fiction. Yes, it is quite likely that we will re-emerge on the M plane. Brace for psychokinetic impact.
Unbar the door.
Bent metal, broken glass. Your path lies strewn with the broken forms of everyday objects. You are the destroyer, the bane of inanimate matter.
Yeah, rip shit apart.
Kudos.
Anti-object task force. Take a look at your hands, see how bruised they are, see those little scars? This is Exhibit A. The material world is holding you back. Containers, mailboxes, doors, chairs, they're all your enemies. Always have been. Atoms themselves are in on the conspiracy, forming shapes and structures that you hate. You are energy stuck in a body. You are spirit trapped in matter. Break free, beat up that lamppost, let it know just how much objects suck. Claudia isn't here anymore. No! Oh, she's not anywhere. Maybe she just left for the evening, though. Maybe maybe she'll be back.
Hey, was there something you needed? Another thing. Great. I love those.
Or what if I told you I got into the back room behind the blue steel door?
Oh, okay. Well, I did hear you make noise back there, so good for you.
It takes a lot of willpower not to ask. Obviously, he's been wanting to know what's behind the door.
Aren't you gonna ask me what's back there?
Okay, what is back there?
Pinball machines, a pinball workshop.
Ha! I knew it. I've always wondered where those machines by the door came from. And they told me there was some kind of pinball thing here too. I knew it. Were there any back there? In working order, I mean.
Why do you want to play? Because I might be up for a game.
No, I was just wondering if you found pinball machines there.
If you think about selling those pinball machines on a fat cut, sea-suit crap, beat your chest, I'm a disruptor.
Those machines are whirling property. But if it makes you feel any better, I'm not planning to sell them.
I got baddest neoliberal hood. Reach the free market for 9 times.
It wouldn't hurt to get a little life in here. Other than the hellish karaoke machine. That one's always causing trouble.
Yeah, those numbers he's adding up must be making good sense to him right now. Sounds like he cares about the place. He's not going to be overjoyed to hear that it's part of the doomed commercial area. He should still know. You have to be forewarned about these things.
I have to warn you, I may have discovered that the whirling is part of the doomed commercial area. We love capitalism here. I do love capitalism.
What? Why would you say that? We're at a completely different address from that whole thing.
So he knows of the doomed commercial area and its address.
Wait,
He's thought about this.
so you know of the curse?
Everyone knows of it.
The whirling is listed on the intercom outside as one of the businesses in Building B. You should get your wiring fixed. I tried to call you and couldn't reach you.
I've been working here for a long time, and that intercom has never been used by the whirling.
Hold on, not once? Isn't that already a sign of decline?
It's a sign of the whirling in rags not being part of the doomed commercial area. If anything, we're revitalizing this neighborhood.
Relax, Mr. Gart. I'm sure there is no doom. He simply wants to share his discoveries with you.
The whirling was once the East Delta Pinball Arcade before it failed. It's only a matter of time before the whirling fails too. The Whirling was once the East Delta Pinball Arcade, which failed, though perhaps the Whirling will escape the curse.
Does this look like part of a doomed commercial area? This pre-revolutionary tilework, these high ceilings, the nice rooms, well, most of the rooms. For 14 years, man. That's how long I've worked here. I've kept this place up through hail and through sleet. Fuck me, if some doom ghost...
He's done a fine job too. Though he's spoken of the place dismissively before, the hostel is actually very important to him.
You really care about the Whirling, huh?
Yeah, it's slowly growing on me again. It's beautiful in its own way, especially for this neighborhood. I've been trying to keep it that way, even if it is part of the damn doomed commercial area.
Ah, so you finally admit it.
Yes, your police skills have delivered. I'm sure you'll get a commendation, maybe even a promotion.
Who owns this place?
Some real estate management company. They never come around here, just collect money from afar. Honestly, I think some money laundering might be involved.
Oh shit, it's almost time to go to bed.
There is an acrimonious note. It's clear he's doing the real work around here.
And who named it Whirling in Rags?
Well, it sure as hell wasn't the real estate company.
It was you?
You look surprised. What? It's a great name, I know. Cafeteria managers come up with great names too. It's from a song.
A song?
Hail, Holy Queen, by the Ateniers. Hail, Holy Queen of the Sea. You're whirling in rags, you're vast and you're sad.
Good pick.
What about those other cafeterias you manage?
What about them? One is a basement dive frequented by chain-smoking communists. I can't tell you how sick I am of Kraz Mazov and Ignis Nielsen and all those old ghosts.
He's hesitating, not sure if he should share this information with you. Encourage him.
And the others? He doesn't have to tell anything. And the others?
The other is a kebab cart. It's very successful in its way, but it's nothing like the Whirling.
Well, good luck to you with this place then.
Luck has got nothing to do with it. I need to think about where I'm going to place those pinballs. I have a feeling they're going to help.
Against the doom, it's implied.
So, if you didn't have anything else... Yes?
I like to switch on collage. Oh. I gotta give the dogs or alpha meds. And I'll make some breakfast too. Let's go sleep and then I'll take a quick 5-minute break, make some breakfast.
It's getting cold, this late in the night.
Good night,
Time
Kim.
to...
Good night, officer. We'll meet in front of the shack in the morning.
The bed is comforting. The bed underneath you is soft, if lumpy. Waves wash the sand underneath the hut, then grow distant to your ear. In the quiet hum of the organic heater, you fall asleep.
Like a deftly cast fishing net, sleep pulls you out of the world and into its dark shore. The rough mesh chafes, tightening around you, it digs into your brain.
Great, it's gonna be really chill.
How have things been going for you out there? Helped anyone lately? Saved anyone lately? Murdered anyone lately?
This bastard isn't even listening to you.
Because you know you are a murderer. A disco music listening psycho killer who offs poor people. And then forgets about it.
I don't care, that doesn't scare me. Okay, so I'm a murderer and that's bad.
Hear that? He doesn't even flinch. Iceman doesn't care about killing people. That's nothing to him. Blackwater, under the bridge. The thing he's really scared of.
Is the entire game voice acted? Yeah, but it was voice acted after the release of the game, so it was like out for a year or 2 or 3 or something, I think. Then they released the voice acted version, essentially. I think the original was slightly voice acted, maybe? I think it had some voice acting, but this is completely voice acted.
It's much, much worse than that.
What is it?
Don't tell him, sister. It's too bad.
That's also that's great.
They're right. This is their function. To keep you from it.
Why are you doing this? I just want to sleep. I can almost see the dark.
We're trying to help you. All these processes, these tortures, voices and tremors are all just distractions, flares and countermeasures to keep you from the last dream.
The
worst of them all.
The last dream?
The last dream will be total annihilation. Cinders peeling off the fuselage. We won't be there to help you anymore, Harry. We will be dormant. You will be naked and alone.
Her face forms in summertime.
In hell, an ancient sadness, brother. 10,000 years later, in front of the video rental, there is a warm breath on your face again. Everything is okay again.
Everything is so okay.
That doesn't sound like it will be okay.
Your eyelids flutter open for a moment. When you close them again, you sense the light of the room around you. You're back. In 2 seconds, the alarm will ring.
I'm actually my alarm went off right in 2 seconds from now. That would be crazy.
The last thought in your head before waking is, maybe you shouldn't have seen that stained glass window in the church.
Open your eyes. Oh man, I'm fucked up. Oh god. I have so many skill points. Good morning. Alright, I'm gonna take a quick little breaky break. To make myself some breakfast and to give the dogs some stuff. We should spend some XP when we come back. I do wanna. I think I'm gonna spend Rhetoric and try that one. Shivers could be interesting for sure. We have 2 shiver checks we can do. They're both really, really hard though. Conceptualization with Noid could be good, I guess. None of this stuff actually exists anymore, so don't worry about that. I guess Rhetoric. I don't remember this check. I guess Rhetoric and Shivers and Conceptualizations are the most interesting. But yeah, I'll be back in a second. Frøken, hva er det du holder på med? Hæ? Frøken. Okay, Publix. Publix, kom her. Der. Ta foten sånn. Og så bærer jeg det opp sånn. Sånn. Og så må lage den opp. På lagen. Sånn, perfekt. We should probably talk to people and then buy some skill points, I think. Oh, did they leave? Like, I can't talk to them anymore? Oh, I can't talk to them anymore, interesting. Oh, no, I can.
I'll just keep the Cordelechi in the channel, if that's okay. It's too shallow near the pier. Aye, ma'am. And it's a jetty, by the way. Of course. Jetty. I prefer a good jetty to a pier any day.
Thank you, Philspike,
Jetty?
Hello, ma'am.
Hello, detectives. It's good to see you here. I only just arrived myself.
What brings you here, madame?
Nothing, really. I've had my eye on this jetty for weeks now, so I decided to investigate it personally. This cluster of buildings isn't on any of the official maps, as far as I can tell.
That. And she's also keeping an eye on you.
Have you been spying on us?
Spying has such a negative connotation. I did track your progress along the coast, however, and decided I would be better able to assist you from here. Then there's the matter of that little scamp in old lady clothes. She threatened to paint the Cordelechi red. Like blood, you see. Well, I like it the way it is. White.
What is this? Destruction of property? Hooliganism? Elder abuse?
Elder
And
abuse?
who is this scamp, anyway?
Who's this scamp? Want me to look into it?
No need. Lillian and I are getting on much better. For one, she appreciates the concept of rent.
How do you like it there? Look around?
How do I like it?
Sorry, my monitor stands kind of shit, so I need to adjust it and then look at the side of it to see how straight the monitor is. Also, this monitor is so frail, it feels like I'm gonna break it just like touching it. I think this be slightly more like this. It gazes towards the village, slush melting on the cinder blocks. Construction work left half finished 10 years ago.
Water drips down eaves of eternite. The jetty below her feet creaks to the tune.
It's pornographically poor. The street has no name. All the men are dead or missing. And is that the carcass of a motor carriage over there?
Don't worry about that.
Fortunately for you, madame, the RCM is on the scene.
All right, politics time. Let's react. Real men, real politics, real thoughts in your head.
You're in no danger. The working class have no idea what's happening to them. Don't worry, I got her sword. Show it.
Perhaps you shouldn't have. I sort of liked it on her.
It's early spring, and the rains are coming. An officer enters a low hut of stone and wood. Inside, weapons are piled against the walls. Rifles with splintering stocks, and swords, tens, if not hundreds. They're antiques, says Lieutenant John, the archetype McCoy, to his partner. They're digging them up from the catacombs now, fixing them. Old caches from the revolution. The children carry them up. Come May, the streets will be flooded. Outside, the wind rattles the loose hatches, flooded with cheap weapons in angry hands.
Have I told you how they discovered this place?
This fishing village?
No, they're in Celindian, Isla.
No, you haven't told me how they found it.
Well, your condition has left you no worse off than most of these people. The literacy rate is around 45% west of the river. 50 years of occupation have left these people in an oblivion of poverty.
Oblivion, that's so me.
I knew you would sympathize. Most Revacholians will never know what this place means. Our home. This island of matter. Or why they were ferried over in the first place. Remind me to tell you one day. For now, how can I assist you in this new location?
Tell me now, we have time.
Do we?
I hear you have singled out a suspect and are in pursuit. This is cause for cautious optimism. I would not want to delay you.
This story she will tell only before she leaves Martinez, at the very end of her stay.
Maybe there is something else I can assist you. You're back. Good. What can I help you with?
Oh, I should talk to Everard as well.
Yes, my eyes on the harbor have sent word to that effect. What have you discovered?
Wait, where exactly are these eyes located?
It doesn't really matter. And I do apologize for the surveillance. Wild Pines can't afford to be blind at a time like this.
One of the tall buildings overlooking the roundabout, most likely. That would give them a read on the entire quarter.
In any case, it's a relief to know someone has looked into it. If I may ask, will there be an official investigation? I assume you discovered there is an operation.
She's trying to conceal her excitement, but the slight glimmer in her green eyes tells you otherwise. The lieutenant is about to interject. Cut him off. This decision should be yours.
Let's let her handle it.
If there is an investigation, it will be part of an ongoing operation, subject to confidentiality. I'm sure you understand.
Of course, detectives. In any case, you've held up your end of our arrangement. I trust you with the rest. Now it's my turn. I wouldn't normally break protocol like this, but the situation demands it. If you don't solve this murder, I'm afraid we may have a bloodbath on our hands.
The words bloodbath sound cold in her mouth. They taste of iron and strawberries.
Was that about a bloodbath?
Yes. I'm afraid this strike may descend into a small-scale civil war, with possible consequences for all of Rivashol West.
Since you are sharing, ma'am, this is also the RCM's worst-case scenario.
Then we're on the same page, as grim as it may be.
I already heard about the connection between the lynching and the strike, but I need your testimony.
I have an indirect role to play, I'm sad to say. My employer experienced a momentary lapse of faith in me. In that moment, they elected to deploy a private military contractor as an insurance measure. They called it my security detail.
A momentary lapse of faith?
They were dispatched after I relayed the union's initial offer.
Every worker...
A member of the board. I tried to convince my employer it was simply a piece of rhetoric, or a joke. They did not appreciate the humor.
Do you need a security detail?
Absolutely not. These mercenaries are muscle, pure and simple. They are meant to intimidate the Union into surrendering.
Who are they, exactly?
Crenel, an Oranese military company. As far as I know, 3 arrived in Martinez. They report to me sporadically, but they do not answer to me. To be frank, our relationship is deteriorating. They wear ceramic armor, have semi-automatic weapons, and years of combat experience. They also have trauma and stressor disorder, and no idea how to conduct themselves in an urban civilian environment.
PSD? Trauma and stressor disorder?
So, what happened?
The story is, one of them, the Colonel, I don't know his real name, sexually assaulted a local woman while he was drunk and separated from his unit. This allowed some of the more militant Union members to subdue him. He was taken out behind the whirling in rags and lynched last Sunday night.
What then?
Nothing. Mr. Clare refuses to let me into the harbor. I have not been able to discuss this matter with anyone there. The remaining 2 Crenel contractors carry out their orders, for now.
For now?
It's a smokescreen. In secret, they are conducting an independent military tribunal into the lynching. Once this investigation is concluded, executions will follow.
What is the nature of this so-called investigation?
Whether to execute one, some, or all of the Union militants.
It'll be all of them. The decision is already made.
I have to say, this is not disco.
It is very far from disco. My only hope is that you provide a single, concrete suspect before the mercenaries indiscriminately pick theirs. Simply put, if you don't pin this on someone good, and do it fast, they will identify and execute everyone present at the lynching. This in turn will force the Union to respond.
They would have to project strength and power.
The Debardeurs have over 2,000 men. It will be 1,000 to 1.
Have you ever seen a Hornet invade a beehive, Lieutenant? It's not pretty. These men work in tandem using semi- and fully automatic firearms. Their armor is virtually impenetrable to muzzle-loaded weapons, even yours. Most Union workers don't have guns at all. As I said, a bloodbath.
Seekim, this is the great bloodletting I've been telling you about.
It appears you found it, yes. And I'm not happy for you.
Is this a pretty bleak scenario you're describing?
Many bleak scenarios have already come true, Lieutenant W. Frater Dubois. All we can do is keep the rest from going the same way. One single concrete suspect delivered into civil court, and I may be able to defuse this situation.
Damn, I got 5 points. What can you tell me about Crenel?
Not much. Their public resume is relatively good, as far as private military contractors go. I believe they were once called Downwell.
Down a deep, black well.
They boast a long list of clients. Saint-Baptiste, Welchman-Lorenz, Eintracht. A warning sign, however. The operations concerned all take place in third or fourth world countries. Guarding facilities, escort missions and such.
Meaning they're used to operating in war zones.
Yes. All the good conflict corridors, Supramundi, Yesut, the Seminoles Islands, countries that don't have a good record reporting atrocious military conduct on their soil.
So maybe the colonel went a little native during the course of his duties. Okay, anything else you got on them?
Sadly, no. Before this happened, I had little interest in them. Now that I do, I don't have the resources. If you still have access to the ICP's database, you could run a better background check than I ever could. It may take some time, though.
Do you know a lot about the inner workings of the RCM and the ICP, ma'am?
In my line of work, it pays to do your research. I was prepared to deal with the RCM. I did not think I'd be dealing with a group like Crenell.
Could you contact them, contact the company, tell them to call them off?
I have. And they will. However, these orders take time to reach what is basically a rogue unit out in the field here. Until they do, it's all on us.
You said that he's assaulted a woman.
Or he didn't. This is information passed on to me from some teenagers loitering around the canal. I cannot testify by it.
Who did the passing on then?
The remaining contractors. Their tribunal. It's what they believe.
What did these teenagers about the canal say?
That the man was killed because he assaulted a local woman. I've asked around a bit. This seems to be the accepted story around Martinez.
This does not come as news to us, but still. To your knowledge, where did this assault take place, if you know?
Last Sunday night, at the Whirling in Rags, the hostel by the gates. Supposedly, the colonel was drunk, maybe on narcotics too.
Oh, narcotic? How is this up?
Either way, he's alleged to have sexually assaulted a woman. Sometime later, a group of dock workers got their hands on him.
And who was this woman?
That's a good question, officer. I don't have the slightest idea. As I said, it's a rumor. About a rumor. In any case, it's what the colonel's remaining colleagues believe.
Why would he assault a woman unless he was gonna eat her? I have no idea. You tell me. You're the cannibal. This colonel, the one who was hanged, did you know him?
If you mean did I see him alive, yes. But I did not know him.
You don't know how you know. It's not written on her face, nor in her voice, but she had sympathy for this man.
You liked him?
Liked is a bit strong. He was the most charismatic among them. He handled all the talking. His departure left a major gap in the group's communication skills.
His name was?
Lely. His service name, a nom de guerre, most likely. He wouldn't divulge his full name. Only one of them did. A bad sign if there ever was one.
Tell me about the others first.
One is a man. Corty, they call him. A nickname as well. The other a woman. Phyllis DePaul. Corty is the gunner, I believe. DePaul is a radio operator.
Hello. Cannabis is an uncle word. I'm a human meat aficionado. Well, I'm about to turn you into a human meat burger, if you know what I'm saying.
What would you say was his eye color, the deceased's?
She closes her eyes, trying to picture the man's face, then shakes her head.
I can't remember.
The lieutenant was testing her, asking a small detail first to see if she knew him better than she let on. She passed.
That's all right, man. Anything else? Nationality? What would you say was his age?
He was 40. Or 50. It's hard to say which. He had a combat injury on his lower jaw. It made it difficult to estimate his age, or gauge his facial expressions.
This matches the dental reconstruction we saw on the body. And Glacier also mentioned it, I believe.
Hey!
What else? Nationality? Accent?
Him!
He was, Occidental,
Oh,
I
well.
think. Light brown hair, a mixed accent, Oranese, or Messinian, maybe. His injury gave him an accent all his own.
I misclicked on a pipe twice and one of the storage rooms got fjert. It had to be the one reaching the back barrel. Oh god.
In a way, it was humanizing.
Christopher, what have you done?
He had to learn to speak through it. Through the injury. That's all I know, I guess. I only met him once.
I fucked up, dude. The only way to fix that is to grab either you grab all those barrels in that row and put them somewhere else, or you have to grab both sets of barrels and put them down again. Where are the remaining two mercs now?
They've gone to ground, as it were. I don't recommend seeking them out. For one, they're likely to be armed to the teeth. They don't have the same respect for the Revachol citizens' militia as I do. To put it bluntly, they think you're vigilantes. Ghetto savages. It will not be a fruitful meeting.
Vigilantes. You're a professional officer of the only legitimate authority in Revachol.
You should shotproof the base and install some pipe locks? Yeah, I probably should. They just need someone to put the fear of Revachol into their hearts.
Did you miss the part about ceramic armor and automatic weapons, Detective?
That is a bad idea. One I won't be a party to.
Ooh. I have a 97% chance. Sent by the Pines, Scrab Leader, murder, bad reply. What? Goes in fit right, dress code, ceramic knight.
One is obviously the scab leader at the harbor
Ah.
gates. The one chanting the idiotic slogans. He's barely maintaining his disguise.
Knew you should have made it baby-proof like that. They're all the same.
The other has a vantage point in a building south of the roundabout. They were keeping tabs on you while you were canvassing the lorry drivers.
One must be the goon in ill-fitting work clothes by the harbor gates, the scab leader.
That may be so. I still hope you heed my advice. There's no need to kick the hornet's nest.
For all your talk of averting this catastrophe, the situation at the gate is a powder keg. Does this not bother you?
I'll try and fix it. Good.
Of course it bothers me, Lieutenant.
That's how
But
you
my
learn.
hands are tied. How would my employer react if it appeared I were intervening on behalf of the Union?
The way you normally have to do it is you need to pick all the barrels up. Then you need to put the back barrels in. Put storage monitors on them. Connect them. Then you put the second barrels in. Put storage monitors on them. Connect them. And the way you have two wrench tools, because you can have one line on each wrench. So you grab both of each. Then put two more barrels down. Connect them.
Your concern may be appearances. Ours is keeping the peace.
I was probably in the building overlooking the roundabout.
That would afford a good vantage point. In any case, it's practically inaccessible.
Where is your radio for contacting them, if I may ask? Do you have an earpiece?
Heavens no. I'm not an undercover agent. There's a short wave at the ship's wheel.
I have another question for you.
I hope I can answer it better.
How much time do we have?
Until the executions start? Truthfully, I don't know. It depends on their progress identifying the members of the lynch mob, and their impatience.
You can start over from pick the barrels up. Or can you start over?
They don't report their progress to you?
Not on this matter. I'm afraid they consider this a personal initiative.
5 days, not more. Maybe sooner.
It's a matter of days, not weeks. I am sorry
Well,
to have been
Pop.
the bearer of bad news.
Voilà.
If there is
Voilà.
anything else I can help you with, please
Voilà.
ask.
Okej, forget that. Jag går och läser det. Thank you. That's all for now. I got even more XP.
Aye, the sea's gonna calm down soon, I can feel it. The wind is turning southeast.
Why does she care about the waves so much?
What is with you and waves?
What is it with waves and fishermen? We need to be out there with them, fishing, making a living. So I asked them to accommodate me. But until that happens, I can try to assist you the best I can.
I already talked to you about everything, apparently.
Our tenant, the policeman. I hope the waves don't keep you up at night. What can I help you with?
Have you seen a red-haired woman named Ruby around the coast?
Nay, I haven't seen anyone lately.
Okay, but do you know who I'm talking about?
This is my little cinder block town. I know what goes on around here.
Wase helps with the traffic. What? Waves? Well, wave?
She's being evasive. She knows something.
There was a murder in Martinez. She might be a suspect. We would appreciate your help.
Would you now? I know how this world works, and it doesn't work when people tell on each other.
You know something, we're here to help.
Aye, that you are, Dark Omen. Help yourselves and your organization. Help the storm clouds gather on the horizon.
I see you know something, but you've decided not to tell us.
There's not much to tell. People come and go. Now, was there something else?
I see, ma'am. I hope you don't mind if we look around anyway.
You should look around your shack. Maybe she's rented it out to others too.
Ooh.
As you look at the floorboards in this corner of the shack, it's clear one of them isn't quite level with the others. The edge of a floorboard next to it looks scratched.
Move the bar outside.
Hollow space underneath the floorboards is dark and damp. You can barely make out the mixture of sand and sawdust below.
What's in there?
Nothing particular catches your eye. Looks like more reeds. There might be something hidden inside the sand, though. Something bad. Someone's night thoughts. A last resort. A bad idea.
Burst through the sand and sawdust.
You stick your hand in and start combing through the sand. Dry, not like outside. Fine dust. And then, something hard wrapped in paper.
What is it?
A small cylindrical object. You pull it out. A bullet.
A bullet, interesting.
The floorboard doesn't care. But maybe the washerwoman does. You have enough to confront her with. Holding the bullet, you get the feeling this isn't ammunition against you. It's for herself.
Tim, you won't believe what I found, man.
Our tenant, the policeman. I hope the waves don't keep you up at night.
I need my
What
bullets.
can I help you with?
Why was there a bullet under the floorboards of your shack?
Damn that girl.
A bullet? You didn't put it there, did you? She did.
Gone and hid things in there? She's usually a good tenant, and not a stupid one either. Yes, I let my room to that Ruby girl.
She was slowly wriggling out a rag after a long silence. Her hands move into the water bucket. Some water slosh over the edge.
As I've done before when she's been in trouble or just looking for solitude. I've made it clear. We welcome all kinds of people here.
When was this?
She came last Friday, left on Monday in a hurry. What has she gotten herself into, that girl?
She seems genuinely worried about her previous tenant. She's seen her hiding out from trouble before. But this seems different.
That's for the police to find out. Right then, please answer each question to the best of your ability. I'm sure we have a few.
You said she left on Monday.
Yes, early with the dogs, around 8 o'clock, I think.
That's the day we arrived, right? Or that's the day the game started? Is the room exactly as she left it?
I cleaned it, like I always do.
Was there anything else there?
No,
What is she like, Ruby?
she's good company. Knows how to talk to an old woman. At my age, you don't get a lot of quality conversation. So I really appreciate that about her.
This Ruby is an old lady whisperer. She knows how to work the village elder, unlike you.
Did she talk to you much during her last stay?
No, she was mostly silent this time. Kept to herself.
What do you mean?
She tried not to let it show, but I could tell she hadn't come to fish. Usually she likes to cast a few lines, but this time she mostly stayed in her room.
She wanted to talk to her,
Hey,
as
Dad.
they usually do.
What's up? How are you
But she
doing?
was brooding.
What do you think? Why do you think she left the bullet there?
How would I know? She's a gruff one, but not violent. She doesn't go around toting a gun.
You could ask her about your hunch, that it was a desperate measure. See if she thinks Ruby fits the bill.
I have a possible explanation in my mind.
Aye. Do tell.
It's an exit plan.
Exit from what?
This, spread your hands.
The lieutenant stops writing for a moment. He looks at you, then at the old woman.
No, she's a fighter.
Is it a big burger? Damn. Have you been out partying? Burger. I heard she was a heavy drinker with anger issues. You ever witnessed that kind of behavior?
Nothing of the sort. Sure, she was no stranger to the bottle. She fit in that way. But I only knew her to have a beer on the beach while watching the sunset.
The sun sets for everyone.
She isn't what you'd call a drunk. Even offered me some from time to time. Said it was part of the communal life. But I never saw her lose control of herself, the way some people do.
Did she have any technical equipment with her, like radio stuff?
Not that I know of, though she was into nice music. She once showed me a few mixtape milieux she'd made.
After us errands and then did some exercises to serve a burger. It was a chicken schnitty. Is that a chicken schnitzel burger? That's how I do it too. I exercise and I eat a bunch of garbage food as a reward for myself.
Although I guess she was pretty handy with the mechanical and technical stuff. Even fixed the heater in the shack. You should be thankful for that.
Where did she go?
I don't know. Further up the coast. She tried to leave quietly, but the hinges on that door screeched like a cat in heat. Woke me up. I heard her rushing in those heavy boots, heading up north.
It's a peninsula. She might be trapped.
You'll never find her, you know. She knows the coast like the back of her hand. You only just arrived.
I wouldn't worry about that, ma'am. We are persistent.
Further up because we go then. This is huge. Viper Brow, man, I was really hoping she'd be hiding in the village.
Yes, it's going to be too much work for you to find her. Better for you to stay here, get a nice cozy fire going in the heater.
Actually, it was a bit weird. They make really good chunky chips at this local burger place, and they put 2 chips inside the burger. It did taste good, so whatever, but I was not expecting it. Oh, yeah, that sounds nice.
The failed electric mural. You feel like you should go look at it again. Step closer this time.
A few more questions about Ruby.
What more do you... Yes, one thing.
She really means it. It's an honest plea.
She's a good girl. Whatever she's gotten
Thanks
herself
today,
mixed up
nice. Good
in.
job, Christopher. So what does that press?
The
Yeah, that's what
scruffy-haired
makes it
little boy
difficult.
kicks a stone while the other watches him do it.
We don't actually need to talk to none of these guys. We already know where to go, I guess. Yeah, you earned your pipe license. Christopher's not ready to lay pipe.
You see, above the mural, a collapsed roof, broken windows set in walls that are cracking and will soon also fall, and the coastal breeze rustling and sighing in the remains of the edifice. There's something in the wind. Sometimes the only way to go forward is to fail first.
Could Ruby be in there?
In there? She could. Or she could be in the identical room over there, or in that boat shack, in that church tower, maybe.
Why single out this one building?
I can't see my bonuses. +3 found empty trap. 3 right. 3 went on a date. Reconstructed execution, made that awful call. Established a nightclub. Death notification, found the jacket.
Even though you're sure you succeeded, all is quiet. There is no cold hand brushing against your forehead. No rustle in the reeds.
No! This is a better
wind
Lord.
has died
No,
down.
no. I was thinking about it, I was like, oh, this seems like it might be like towards the end of the investigation. I'm not ready to point in the return yet. I have so many things I want to do. Saves coming? Well, if I did that, then I think the game just continues. Or I think the game ends, or gets like close to the end.
Tequila sunset.
You know, is there much left of this game? I'm not sure. I can't imagine there's like a crazy amount left. I mean, these are my tasks right now. So I can't imagine there's like a crazy amount left, but there's definitely a little bit left at least.
Tiles on the
maybe
cube
a couple
are
of
still
streams?
smouldering, casting the framework in a soft glow. Fluorescent plate.
I thought I could take this apart for like a radio transmitter or whatever. Feel like there's a limit being reached, but it doesn't make sense since I have new conveyors up. Why? Because stuff isn't moving? Is this all I have that gives me shivers? I probably have like a coat or something, huh? I don't know. Well, let's put a point in the shivers.
Oh, it's you again. Are you looking for a dye?
Aside from getting naked, you're not...
Getting naked? What the hell? What am I, a pervert? Do I just have the new teapot and recipe stuff being moved to one of the storage rooms, but it refuses to be picked up by the Dropbox system? It might be that there's just too many boxes attached to the splitters. Or like too much. It might be that the network is too big at this point. You could ask. You could add Lucid though. He might be able to illuminate some information.
Again?
Again. Good luck.
It's great to see you again, officer. My wife can't wait to thank you. Go on, talk to her.
Oh, sweetie, I don't even know how to thank you for finding my husband and helping him out. I hope we haven't been too much trouble for you.
Basically also a cryptozoologist now.
I knew it.
I'm not surprised. It's already getting out of hand.
Well, in that case, sweetie, let me give you a small token of my gratitude. It's a tie, Mesk in origin. The pin is an antique, quite special to the cryptozoological community.
What was that, ma'am? Sir? I can't even look him. Ma'am, are you okay?
The little silvery knob holding the tie together feels warm in your hand. It's in the shape of an avian skull with 8 eyes.
You never told me you've seen the Phasmid.
Oh, you don't want to hear about some old woman's ramblings.
Ramblings? Nonsense. Your description of the Phasmid is the most precise I've ever heard.
But darling, I didn't even get the size of it right.
You were a child, my dear. Really. It's extraordinary what you were able to describe. Now go on. Tell our friend about it. He's proven his interest in the field.
That is a way bigger compliment than it sounds like. Reflexively, the lieutenant read his familiar notebook.
Well, it was summer. I was building a racing track out of sand on the beach near a tall stand of reeds. Quite a tall one. Many times my height, I remember. When, all of a sudden...
Wait, where was this and how old were you?
I'm getting ahead of myself. I was 5 and a half in Betancourt in the suburbs. My grandmother had a summer home there.
She'd just started forming memories. Real memories. Not the billowy haze of infanthood.
The strangest moment of my life. I looked up and one of the reeds moved. Not like a plant, but like a living thing. It stood up and looked at me. Its body unfolded like some antique toy. I've never seen anything like it.
She had no fear, just surprise.
I didn't know this can happen, so I reached my arm and touched the thing. It felt just like a stalk of reed, but it moved, swaying, towering above me. After a while, 20 seconds, a minute maybe. It left. Went into the reeds.
We did a fine blueprint for how far we can stretch this storage streams. Lucid knows all that stuff. That's why I said you can at him and be like, hey, what's the deal with the storage system? Show that flashlight in the flashlight. You're controlling it till it was just around. No, I decide where. I'm the flashlight master. I decide where it goes. I was tabbed out for a second. I didn't realize that it was also moving it when I was tabbed out. I was looking at a couple of things.
I tried, but I was only a child. There was mud and high water. I couldn't see it anymore. I was just standing there, knee-deep in mud, looking around me.
Where did you go? Don't.
I ran back home to my grandmother and asked her if reeds could walk, and told her they were looking at me. Of course, she just laughed at me, but I knew what I'd seen. For years, it was a story I told at parties when I wanted to impress boys. That sort of thing. Of course, most people just took it as a strange, amusing anecdote. So did I, honestly. But then I met Morel.
Morel?
We were on a date. Can you imagine? She tells me a story, and it's the most detailed report of the Insulindian phasmid I've ever heard. The sounds. She told me it hissed.
So that's how they met. This is beyond significant for them.
It did, yes. Like reeds in a gust of wind.
The way it moved, the colour, how some of its limbs were white, like marble. It matched perfectly with what I know from other accounts. It was amazing. If it weren't for Lena, I might have given up hope years ago. It's no exaggeration to say that she restored my faith in my profession.
You were on a date?
Our first, yes.
Its limbs are white?
Not all of them. There is some white coloration reported, along with beige, where the camouflage ends.
How big was it?
It's hard to say how big things are when you're quite small yourself. To me, it seemed to be taller than I was then, but that's probably not the case.
Tim, what do you think of this?
I thought it was a wonderful story, man.
But I don't believe it. A child left unattended on a warm day. Children make up stories and then end up believing them.
Thank you for sharing this with me, Conclude.
You're welcome, sweetie. I do appreciate the chance to relive it whenever I get one. It was just such an impossibly sunshiny day. So warm.
And she could get up and walk right into the reeds on her own. Into the mud. Anywhere.
Very generous of you to help us out, officer. I'm sure glad to be back from that little excursion. I mean, officers.
I don't need the flashlight anymore. A slender bolo tie held together by an antique clasp in the shape of a bird skull. The skull features 8 cavities for eyes. It's disturbing, but you can't look away. Ooh. Too bad I gotta use the horrific necktie.
The man ponders his cooking.
We're gonna do the shiver check, then we're gonna go out and do the rhetoric checks, then we're gonna do the conceptualization check, and then we'll see what happens after that, I guess. I'm gonna do them all in order until I succeed. Until I either have the max out skill or until I succeed at one of them.
I was just thinking, what a nice day for questions.
I found your buoy. It was empty. Just seawater.
Oh.
Did you take the documents?
No, of course not. As I said, it would have been too risky for me to use those documents anyway. My employer gave them to me. In truth, I should have destroyed them.
So you can move the flashlight while talking to people, but can you move your little plastic background? No, unfortunately not. That would be a cool feature, though. Perhaps the people who are after you took it. I have this strange feeling that it was an undiscovered cryptid that took your documents.
Cryptid? Of course. That must be it. Thank you.